All right, let's get right into this one. Today, we're looking at something really interesting. It's a 6th grade math lesson. Sounds pretty standard, right? It's all about finding the distance on a coordinate plane. But trust me, this is not your average math class.
So, how do you measure the distance between 2 points? I mean, on a grid, it seems pretty simple, doesn't it? You've got your coordinates, your axes, you do a little bit of math. Easy. It's just math, right?
Well, this is where things get interesting. What if I told you that this math lesson has everything to do with the Bible? Yeah, it actually weaves the whole math problem directly into biblical stories and figures. So what we're going to do here is just break it all down. We're not here to judge it, but to really understand how do you even connect these two worlds and why. Part 1. The math. To really get what's going on, we've got to pull these two pieces apart. So first, let's just focus on the math itself. Think of this as the engine that makes the whole thing run.
Okay, so the stage for all of this is the coordinate plane. You know the one. It's that grid with the horizontal x-axis and the vertical y-axis. The lesson sets it up as this world where every single point has an exact location, a specific address, right? An x-y coordinate. It's all very simple, very clean, and totally predictable.
So how do you find the distance if it's just a straight line, either up and down or side to side? Well, the lesson lays out a super simple 2-step process. Step 1, see if the points line up. Step 2, just subtract the coordinates that don't match and take the absolute value. The key takeaway here is that you get one single, clear answer. No gray areas, no maybes, just one correct number, period. Okay, but what happens when the path isn't a straight line? What about diagonals? For that, the lesson pulls out a big one, the Pythagorean Theorem. Yep, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This is the magic key for finding the length of that diagonal side, the hypotenuse. It's this beautiful piece of logic that brings perfect order to what looks like a much trickier problem. And here's how they make it easy for a 6th grader to get it, which I think is pretty clever. They call it the triangulation tip. They say it's like playing dot to dot with math. How cool is that? It's just a great way to help a kid see that hidden right triangle, the secret structure that lets you solve for that one definite diagonal distance. Part 2, the theme. So we've got the math down, right? It's a whole system built on logic, certainty, and proof. But now we get to the other piece of the puzzle. This is where the lesson takes a hard turn away from your typical math class and starts layering something completely different on top of all that geometry. The whole thing is built around this big idea. The lesson basically says, hey, you know how points on a plane travel from one coordinate to another? Well, in the Bible, people traveled across lands with purpose and direction too. See what they did there? That's the bridge. They're connecting the logic of a coordinate plane to the idea of a purposeful journey of faith. And to really nail down this theme, they anchor it with a specific verse from Proverbs. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." Now think about that for a second. That's a fascinating idea to pair with math, isn't it? A subject that is literally all about leaning on your own logical understanding. Part 3, connecting the points. Okay, so we've got the math on one side and the theme on the other. So how do they actually put them together? Let's look at the actual homework problems, because this is where those two separate threads really get woven into one. So check this out. The problems don't ask for the distance between point A and point B. No, they ask for the distance between Peter and John or Mary and Martha. And look at this one, the distance between Jesus and Judas, located at opposite ends of the x-axis, 4, 0 and negative 4, 0. The math problem is identical. It's a simple horizontal distance of 8. But the framing, that changes everything. Suddenly, a basic calculation becomes this little mini story. A purely logical mathematical space is transformed into, like, a symbolic map of connection or even conflict.
All right, so let's wrap this up with a final thought. We've just broken down a lesson that literally maps a religious narrative onto a mathematical grid. We've seen how it turns biblical figures into coordinates and uses distance formulas to, measure the space between them. And when you see an approach like this, it definitely makes you think.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway question here. What does happen when we map ancient stories onto modern logical structures like a coordinate plane? What do you gain by doing that? What might get lost in translation? And maybe most importantly, what does it tell us about our own need to use these systems of logic to find a deeper meaning in everything? It's definitely something to chew on.